You are now tuned in to Go Time Dolphins with Charlie Touche and Kadeem Simmons, the Miami Dolphins podcast that's for the fans and by the fans.
Gotta make them lose their mind when it's your time. And it's show time. Going all out when it's go time. Go. I ain't wasting no time. Gotta make them lose their mind when it's show time. Cause it's your time. Lay it on the line when it's go time. Go. Don't waste no time.
Before we get into our training camp preview, inside look, all that kind of stuff, a few things. First of all, let's not, be rude about this. How are you? How you been? How's life treating you?
See, because you already know the answers to like the questions. You feel me? You said, how are you? How you been? How's life treating you? Like you already know. But yeah, man, I'm cooling, man. It's getting closer to football. Like Kadeem, do you know when it's about to rain in London? Like, can you be like, oh, it's gonna rain?
You can smell it. You can smell it.
You can smell it. That's where I was going, Kadeem. It smells like it's gonna rain. It smells like football season is close right now, bro. It's close. So yeah, people from up north, they get on me. They were like, bro, you can smell like it's gonna rain. Like you can smell it coming. Like, yeah, you can smell it. It smells like it's gonna rain. But hey man, for anyone who has participated in our giveaways, check your emails. You have something from Go Time Dolphins in your email. We need shipping information and all the other good stuff. So check out your emails for sure. Do you have some, Kadeem?
Just a few other things before we really dive into the show. One was, I guess, to give you your game ball, although my ball's not around at the moment. Last episode, people were really, really, really enjoying your broken chair analogy. People in the comments on YouTube were just like, Charlie got it spot on, mate. Hammer said it. I believe, who was the person that said it? Amping hard 111. So yeah, excellent analogy. I'm sure it won't be the last time it comes up on this episode or the show, I should say. Brilliant. And also, I know you haven't been active on social media for the past, Lord knows how long. But who's your favorite former quarterback turned NFL pundit?
So, all right, former quarterback though, it has to be a quarterback.
Yeah, it's a trick question.
I would say, well, Marina's not a pundit no more. I would say Phil Simms.
Who's his son?
Chris Simms.
So your favorite former NFL quarterback turned pundit. Did you see the quarterback coach battle royale thing he done recently?
I got a glance. I seen it was I wasn't around long enough to understand how did we get here? I seen it and I'm like, what's going on here? I don't have time for it, and I didn't have time for it, and it was from him. So I'm like, you don't get my time.
So I think it's worth showing our YouTube listeners and like very, very quickly going through where this came about, basically. But he basically, and I believe someone else might have done it, but Chris Simms unbuttoned Armour Super Bowl. Basically, NFL quarterback, NFL coach, who would basically win, a Royal Rumble / situation in which, basically who would win a fight. He had Ryan Tannehill and Mike Vrabel of the Tennessee Titans as the number 1 seed, and Tua and Mike McDaniel at the 32nd seed. It was all done over Twitter. Fans of the coach / quarterback combo vote. Whoever had the most vote wins. So round 1, Miami v Tennessee. Miami win that. Next up for Miami is Carson Wentz and Mike Rivera. The Dolphins win that.
Ron Rivera.
Sorry, Ron Rivera. So yeah, the Dolphins win that. Then it's Miami against Winston and what is the Saints' name again? Something Allen.
Allen, the coach.
Yeah,
that took over for Sean Payton. I can't remember his name.
Neither can I. But either way,
win a couple games, Holmes, and we'll remember.
Yeah, but either way, the Dolphins won that matchup. Then it gets to Miami v Cincinnati. Miami wins that matchup. And when I say Miami are cleaning these teams, it's not even close. Chris Sims is basically saying, wow, 2-0 is not messing around. Chris Sims is trying to get basically it gets to a point where Chris Sims is like, you two are lovers are ruining this whole thing because it's clear that you guys are voting non-stop. I think with the Bills in another competition, apparently they bought Twitter votes to win some competition. Anyway, the competition ended on Monday. The final was between the Dolphins and Buffalo, and of course the Dolphins won. I think they won something like 55-45. And Christian basically had to say, yeah, you two are fans and you Dolphin fans. When it comes to Twitter votes, no one gets close to you guys. So Chris Sims once again messed around with the Dolphins and lost cleanly. So a bit of fun there. Thought I'd mention that thing up right now. As we get into it.
What was the criteria?
There was no criteria. It was literally just who do you think would win in a fight, basically, between this NFL quarterback and head coach.
All right.
So yeah.
It's Go Time Dolphins, the Miami Dolphins podcast that goes not only across the pond, but across the world. I'm your boy, Charlie Touche. I got my co-host, Kadeem Simmons, with me. It's always for the fans and by the fans. And you gave me a lot of credit coming into the show, but I gotta, out myself. You feel me? I'm on record saying I thought Raheem Mostert was going to start on the PUP list. Turns out Raheem Mostert comes out and says it's go time. Literally says it's go time. You feel me? Like, I'm cleared and it's go time. Let's get it. So Coach McDaniel is on record saying, he's ready, but, we're going to work him in. Well, he didn't say that. He's like, we're not going to rush him back, is what he said. He said that a few months ago. We're not going to rush him back. But most is like, nah, we ready, bro. It's go time. Kadeem Simmons, Charlie Touche, is go time. That's what he said without our names. But he said it's go time. You feel me? So what does that mean, Kadeem? Does that mean like we're going to have the crowded running back room and we actually might have a real football team this year?
Yeah, like it was one of the things that we didn't expect to have him back until the start of the season, if then. He's now back at the start of training camp. Now, he's not going to be 100%. Or he said it's go time. I'm sure the team will ease him into things. But it just means that when it comes to the final 53 and week 1, bar an injury, it really will be the best man has won the job. So the Dolphins can be in a situation where, as a team, there's no those who when it comes to the running backs, those who make that final roster can look around and say, I'm here on merit. And, not one person going, I'm here because Raheem Mostert has started the season, injured. And once he's back, I'm gone. It's like, nah, all these guys here are good to go. And, it's exciting. That's what you want from every single position group, everyone there on merit and because they've had an amazing summer.
There's no telling what this Dolphins offense is going to look like. I have no clue. I mean, I could smell it. You know what I'm saying? I can smell it coming, but I can't wait to see this thing happening. So for fantasy footballers, might as well plug the Go Time Dolphins Fantasy Football League. I know there are some people who wanted to get down, so we're gonna ramp up now. We're getting closer to the season. If you want to play in the Fantasy Football League, email us. And if you won something in a giveaway for everyone who participated, check your emails. But yeah, email us if you want to play. Put in the subject fantasy football. Yeah, man. So the winner gets $300 and a championship ring. Championship fantasy football ring. You know who's not gonna win this ring? Kadeem, because Kadeem's not gonna play. But it's all right because we got Sherrod Steve playing. We got the returning champ Nick Kerr. We got we got Josh Kasker from Same Old Dolphins Show gonna play in our podcast in our podcast league, fantasy football league. So yeah, man, Raheem Mostert, Chase Edmonds, who's gonna be the running back? We about to find out. But yeah, man, Kadeem, what's the word, man? We got training camp in the building. We here.
So ahead of training camp, our latest wide receiver edition, Tyreek Hill, went on First Take. I live in the UK. I don't watch First Take. It's not something I do. However, Tyreek Hill went on First Take on Monday and kind of spoke about, it comes up, he's now with the Dolphins, all that kind of stuff. And basically why I chose the Dolphins. And exact quote, he said, I said it once and I'll say it again. Zach Wilson is a dog, but I'd rather play with the most accurate quarterback in the NFL. Someone then asked him and was like, you've said it before, when talking about Tua and Mahomes and Tua's accuracy and, why you joined and stuff like that. And he basically doubled down on it. He was like, listen, I said what I said, and I said it with my chest.
Hey, you a poker player, Kadeem?
I can play, but I'm not good. Like basically, if I play
poker, you said double down with your chest too, boy. Like you knew what you was talking about.
Yeah. It's one of those things where he basically said that, I'm now paraphrasing because I don't have the whole text in front of me, but he basically said the NFL hasn't seen what he's seen. The NFL isn't ready for Tua. He's confident, he's accurate, he puts the ball where only a receiver can get it. Obviously, people are then like, basically this summer's been about elite wide receivers, talking up subpar quarterbacks. You see Devontae Adams say that going from one Hall of Fame quarterback to another Hall of Fame quarterback, and everyone's like, he's the second Hall of Fame quarterback you're going to, because it ain't Derek Carr, boy. So people saying that, Adams and Tyreek Hill are just, hyping up subpar quarterbacks. But listen, is Tua the most accurate quarterback in the NFL? No, the stats don't show that. But he is one of the most accurate quarterbacks in the NFL. And we're now going to see what it's like when he has genuine NFL talent. And we can go back and forth about, why couldn't you do it with X, Y, and Z? Listen, I'm not doing that again. There's no point. But to kind of transition it to training camp, this training camp is the one where Tua makes that leap. The one where all we're going to hear all summer is Tua's on fire. The receivers are talking about it. The offensive line are talking about it. The coach is talking about it. And knowing Tua, he's going to downplay it. And then preseason is going to start. Season is going to start. And Tua is going to be that guy. So, yeah. What did you make of Hill's comment, even though I know you hadn't seen him up until now?
Aston Martin quarterback, Lamborghini receivers. This is the vision that we had, Kadeem, for our team. This is the vision that we have for our quarterback. Aston Martin quarterback, Lamborghini receivers. Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, Cedric Wilson, Lynn Bowden. If Preston Williams wants to show up for the first 8 games of the season, he's welcome. You know what I'm saying? But this is the vision we had for our quarterback. So to have people say, oh, no one wants to come play with Tua. Free agents. No, we can't get free agents. No one wants to come. And then to have Tyreek Hill say, nah, bro, Tua is one of the most accurate quarterbacks in the NFL. And me going to the Jets wasn't even a thing. Like, nah. And I don't mind going from KC to Miami, but we should say that he said if KC would have paid him the money he asked for, he would have stayed. as would anyone else, I think. Right? Like, yo, if the money was right, I was gonna stay with my brothers. That's exactly what he said. Like, those are my brothers outside of football. Like, they're gonna be lifelong friends, he said. So of course, like that shouldn't even make news. Like the way people are amping it up. Like, oh, he said if they would have paid him, he would have stayed in KC. Like, you should know that already, right? So yeah, man. This is, I don't want to say it's validation, but I like it. So yeah, I think. Oh, here you go, Kadeem.
All good. Yeah, it's as we said at the time when Tyreek was talking about on his podcast, in the media, all that kind of stuff. It shouldn't be the case where a quarterback has to talk up his, or sorry, a receiver or any player has to talk up his quarterback, or any player to that example or to that extent, simply because as Dolphins fans, all we've known with Tua is people putting him down in the media, be it talking heads on ESPN, all that kind of stuff, or be it players, but not putting a name to it. We're just gonna do a whole episode on all the NFL talking heads who have spent the last week or two basically saying Tua is going to make that jump in year 3. Watch out for the Dolphins. Even people like Colin Cowman, he's been talking about it, and it's like, dude, we haven't forgot what you said, and it's one of those things where, had we done a full episode, I would have gone into a longer detail as to why they're saying it. But I'll keep it short. They're doing it so when Tua does ball out this year, they can go back and say, see, I told you so. But it's also a case of if he doesn't ball out, they've already got all the stuff previously. Well, see, I told you. And they'll also say, well, yeah, I know before the season I said that Tua's going to ball out, but I was drinking the Kool-Aid. I saw Tyreek Hill. I saw Jalen Waddle. I saw all that stuff. I saw Mike McDaniel. So I got overhyped. But, when the lights came on, Tua basically, and you know what? That's something Tyreek Hill said on First Take when, I think they basically asked him, well, how do you know Tua's going to be that guy, all that kind of stuff? And he was like, did you not see him at Alabama? Like, the kid can play under pressure. The kid can ball out,
Under pressure.
Look at you. So it's one of those things where the narrative is slowly changing. I don't think the narrative changing is genuine. I think they're doing it so they can cover their backs from the end of the season. But as we've said for months, we've got receipts. We understand. We know who was on whose side. We know who said what. And it's not just NFL talking heads. It's Dolphins fans as well. It's so many people who have flip-flopped. They flip-flopped more than I have. They backpedaled more than I have. And you know how I love to backpedal. So, yeah.
Bruh, in the middle of the week last week, I turned on the TV for like the first time in a long time. And it felt like a slow week. It's the middle of July, literally the dead smack middle of July. Nothing to talk about. Only baseball on. I think the home run derby was coming up. It didn't happen yet. I'm not sure if it happened or it didn't happen, but it was a slow sports talk week. And as I turned on the TV, I'm like, they're going to talk about Tua today. Because there's nothing to talk about, bro. And sure enough, bro, ESPN was talking about Tua last week. I'm like, how do you come up with this stuff? Like, who is the producer sitting there like, yeah, there's nothing to talk about. Let's go to the hot sauce. Let's go to the go-tos. Let's talk about Tua. Let's talk about Kyrie Irving just being Kyrie Irving. You know what I'm saying? Let's go to the hot takes, the stuff that we know we're gonna get clicks on. And that's what happened. Kadeem just put up a Kyrie Irving sweater out of nowhere. Like, how did you have that on deck, bro?
Literally brand new tag, still got the tags on. Literally just got it, and it just haven't even hung it up yet.
Bro, when did you get it?
So one of my dad's DJ friends got him the exact same jumper with Kevin Durant on it, and my dad's DJ friend keeps on buying my dad like clothes. I'm talking like like brand new Jordan hoodie. I'm like, yo, can I get something, please? Like, my dad doesn't even leave the house when he wears it. Like, can I get something? So he came around, he blessed me with that hoodie. So yeah.
Bro, all right, let's clear some stuff up. What's a DJ?
Are you asking me that because you generally don't know?
Because it might mean something different in England. You talking about my dad's DJ friend? Like, I need some clarification.
A guy who plays music.
All right, disc jockey. Like, he's a DJ.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
so he's really like DJs, like spinning one and twos on the record. All right.
Yeah.
Why y'all call it a jumper though?
What should I call it? I've also got. So the one on the back of my chair. Oh, so the one on the back of my chair is my Go Time Dolphins GTA one. But
right.
So I'd call this a hoodie because it's got a hood.
Right. So yeah, we call it hoodies, but it's a sweater, like sweater. We call it sweaters. And y'all call it jumpers.
Yeah. I don't know where I probably should know the origin of why it's called a jumper or why we call it a jumper. But
you think because people put hoods on and jump people?
You know what? My first thing is that's kind of racist. Why is it?
No, how is that racist, bro? Like, I said, people put hoods on and jump people. Like, like it's a hoodie. It's a jumper.
So, according to this website, and we'll get back to Dolphin stuff, but this is why you watch Go Time Dolphins, to have these kind of conversations.
Also, know why y'all call it a jumper.
Leave it in the comments what you guys call it. I'm sure everyone say hoodie, sweater, and something else I've never heard of. In the 1800s, artists and workmen often wore a large thick shirt called a jump, which would be called a smock in today's terms. It later became jumper when referring to any knitted or crochet top in England, or sweater in the United States when it became regular winter wear for outdoor types, especially those playing sports. Their activity would cause them to sweat, hence the term sweater.
So you gonna start calling it a smock too?
Hell no. Like, the terminology can be confusing because a jumper is also a sleeveless dress worn over a shirt or a one-piece article of clothing for a small child in both British and American English. In the United States, this definition is what usually comes to mind. However, in England, jumper first evokes images of what many Americans call a sweater. I guess that makes sense.
Hey, I told you, GTD, your one-stop shop. You get history lessons, you get geography lessons, you get to find out that Swiss cheese originated in Switzerland. Unlike one half of the podcast did not know that. And it just so happened to be the half that's closer to Switzerland, but we're not gonna say who it was.
Jordan, it's fine. Like, I don't mind saying to my sister. So, you know, so we've obviously discussed tour, training camp and stuff like that. Byron Jones starts on the PUP list. Anything we should be concerned about as Dolphins fans? And is this if there was ever an opportunity for Noah to work his way into starting rotation, is this it? Or is this just a matter of Dolphins taking precautions and it means nothing long term?
It was minor. It was a minor procedure when he had a procedure. And if you kind of ask me, it was a procedure to lock in a clause on his contract, honestly. Like, he had an injury clause. Like, if you have an injury clause at this time of year on this date, then you lock in and we can't really trade you type of procedure. And it was a minor procedure. It's nothing. He'll start off on the PUP list. He'll be ready for week 1. No, it does not have a shot at taking over for Byron Jones.
Fair enough. Yeah, some people said it on social media, you know what it is. Like we did with the rookies when they reported to camp, is there anyone who you think is going to, or any vet, I should say, who's like, okay, this is their summer, this is their training camp, this is the person who should be making that jump, and we should keep an eye out once the season starts?
You said vets?
Yeah, because this is when the vets return.
What's a vet? Like, how many years is a vet?
Basically, anyone who's not a rookie. So even someone like Javon Holland, Jaden Phillips, like, I guess I consider vets.
We kind of went over Javon Holland and Jalen Phillips.
But
Although
that
we
was more
could
for like
use
breakout stars.
yeah, that was breakout. You're right. You know who would be nice to get this jump from?
Who?
Nick Needham. It would be really, really, really nice if Nick Needham could become a household name and all of a sudden take over the nickel and run with it. Like, yeah, I almost got cut in my rookie season. Yeah, I made the leap in my second season. And yeah, I'm in the building now. Let me get my contract. That would be super nice. If Nick Needham turns out to be what we hope Noah Igbenogany could have been.
Yeah, I think heading into camp, that position at nickel corner is like like if someone could consolidate that as like, this is mine now, and you've got X and Byron Jones on the outside and someone at nickel. We kind of spoke about Ron McKinley potentially doing that in rookie mini camp or rookie training camp and stuff like that. But yeah, Nick Needham's an excellent shout, and kind of similar with the breakout stars. It's kind of like people at this stage in the Miami Dolphins career, you've either made a name for yourself or you kind of haven't. Like when we spoke about that breakout episode, someone in the comments, and I'll try and find you very quickly to give you your props and your flowers. But someone mentioned someone like Andrew Van Ginkel. And it's interesting. Andrew Van Ginkel's name has come up a few times, just in terms of like social media and stuff like that. And the one thing I find with him, he's someone who I do think quite highly of. But I also think he's someone who, if we're completely honest, if he has an amazing season, I can't see the Dolphins extending him. And he could just be someone who you get a comp pick for once he hits free agency. So if anything, in the nicest way possible, him having a great season, hitting the open market might actually have better value for the Dolphins than getting a comp pick back. What do you think of that?
I don't think a comp pick is coming back for that, but I would want to pick. Go ahead.
Very quickly, it was Hammer. Hammer said on the YouTube comment, here is a breakout player that no one to talk about. He's in a contract here. He hasn't had a lot of sacks. Anyone who knows him knows what key piece he is. Andrew Van Ginkel. So yeah, shout out Hammer for that one. I want to make sure I give you your flowers and mention him because you mentioned him a couple of weeks ago.
So Van Ginkel is parallel to Byron. I said Byron Jones to Nick Needham. Like, it would be super nice if one of these boys can step up and say, "I'm in the building too." It would be super nice if that was a thing, especially contract year. I don't think a comp pick is coming back with that though. But I will say this though, there's somebody who we can actually see this happening with, but it's not a clear path. Like, it's a clear path for Nick Needham to show up and run with it. It's a clear path for Van Ginkel to, you have a clear path to success. For this person, it's not a clear path because the waters are so muddy, but no one will be shocked if Chase Edmonds is a top 5 running back in the league this year. No one's going to say, "Oh, we didn't see this coming." It's Mike McDaniel. It's the running game of Mike McDaniel. So I think Chase Edmonds got his bread and he don't have no guaranteed money next year. I think this is a way for him to be like, "Oh, no, I'm locked in." Appreciate you, Raheem Mostert, for coming back and spelling me from time to time, but I'm locked in. Because I really thought Raheem Mostert was going to be the running back. But you got to follow the money, and I do like Chase Edmonds, but now you got Sony Michel and everybody behind him, 40 acres and a Hellcat. Ahmed, you know what I'm saying? Rookie Dr. White. And you got Jared Doak saying, "Y'all forgot about Drake." You feel me? So, man, Chase Edmonds coming in and saying, "I don't have no guaranteed money on my contract next year, and I'm gonna show y'all why I'm in the building." I think that's the thing to look for.
Yeah, definitely. That running back room could be something special this year. it could be a running back by committee situation. But like you mentioned, with Mike McDaniel and his run game, anyone can just come out of nowhere. And again, it's one of those things where, listen, I don't wish injury on anyone in the NFL, anyone at all. I don't care who you play for, who you are. Like, it's just not something I'm going to wish upon someone. But with the amount of talented running backs the Dolphins have, they could, someone could have an amazing summer and be traded away. And it's probably going to be for a next nothing pick. But listen, if you get a next nothing pick and you continue to draft well like the Dolphins do, then brilliant. I want to mention two names. One is someone who, I guess he's due an up year after having a down year last year, and it's someone who's never going to get mentioned because it's not a glamorous position. But can the real Jason Sanders please stand up? Like, bro, I kind of need you to like be elite again. Like, that Jason Sanders year was just mental, and we kind of need that mental year again. So he's someone who I think it's difficult when no one's going to talk about the kickers in training camp. It's not a sexy question at the end of the day. Hey, Mike, how are the kickers today? We're like, oh no, our special teams don't. You know what I mean? Like, we say, especially that year when it started to click with Brian Flores. Basically, to his rookie season, special teams was one of the best in the league as well. From Jason Sanders to our punt team to our punt blocks and stuff like that. So having elite special teams is something that I really hope we have this year. So the other person I want to mention as well. So Jason Sanders, yeah. So
that boy run off on the plug, Kadeem. Do you think?
Well, very quickly, because someone again, I can't remember who said it on social media, but they mentioned this person, but mentioned him in a position which I don't want to see him play because it pushes someone else into a position that I don't want to see play. But they mentioned Solomon Kinley at right guard. Now, apparently, a few of the looks in training or in some of the practices before training camp was Kinley at right guard and Hunt at right tackle. And the nicest possible way, I don't want to see that because I think Hunt is our best right guard and stop messing around moving all these pieces. However, if we can get something out of Solomon Kinley and get back to what we saw from Solomon Kinley before he got benched and we don't really know why, you give me something from Solomon Kinley and any improvement on the offensive line is a massive upside for Tua. So I think Solomon Kinley needs a massive, really productive training camp.
Bro, I really, 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 really need the O-line not to be the talk of the town this year. Like, oh, the O-line is still trash. Oh, the O-line is still banged up. Oh, the O-line is still performing poor. Like, I really need us to get it right. And if you got something good in Robert Hunt at right guard, don't ask him to play right tackle because you didn't do your job in the offseason to fix the entire line. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, man, like, keep the good thing a good thing. You're not going to tell Taron Armstead to play right tackle, right? So, he's a left tackle. Let him play left tackle. Robert Hunt is a right guard. Let him play right guard. Go get a right tackle. Stop playing. You know what I'm saying? You got your franchise quarterback. Stop playing. Go get a right tackle. Stop asking so much out of a young player like Robert Hunt who performed well at right guard. So, man, shout out to Jason. Jason, man, I don't want to mess up your last name. It might be Keck. He was in the comments.
Yo, he's yeah, it's Jason Keck, and yeah, can
I say something on the podcast too?
Yeah.
You want to run off on the plug again? Like, do your thing, bro. Like, go ahead, Kadeem. I'm second fiddle. Let's go.
No.
This the Kadeem Simmons. You know what I'm saying? This your word. I'm just in it.
No, I'm. You can't see, but I'm putting my feet up right now. Say what you gotta say, and I'll respond in due course.
Like, hey, so shout out to Jason. Jason mentioned how I said X gives up more yards than Byron Jones. So Jason said Byron Jones actually gave up like 700 yards, and Xavier Howard only gave up like 500. Cool, which is both of them are straight. You take that from both of your corners. Secondly, what's your boy? Trayvon Diggs? That's the name? The corner for the Cowboys? Yeah. So what people don't realize is Diggs gave up a gang of yards, like the most yards in the NFL as a corner. but he had the most picks in the NFL. It was something close to that. And that's what Xavier Howard was on. He might not have been on that last year, but when he got those picks, he was giving up gang of yards. So that's what I was alluding to. But hey, you know, we like it when the fans keep us honest. And I'm trusting Byron Jones on that island more so than I trust Xavier Howard on the island. Xavier Howard is a superstar. He's gonna make superstar plays. But if you said game is on the line, who do you want covering Diggs? I'm not putting Xavier Howard on Diggs. I'm not doing it. But that's where I'm at, man.
Yeah. Jason Keck, I enjoy our conversations in the comments because he's the kind of person who, if I say something and it's not correct, he'll pull me up, and I'm completely fine with that. So yeah, shout out to Jason. We definitely appreciate you here at Go Time Dolphins. I have a question for you.
Yo,
what's Crisco?
I knew you didn't know what Crisco was, bro. I knew it, bro. Crisco is cooking oil. So you know how you have, well, I don't know if you know, because your old girl said you don't know how to cook it in. So when you're in the kitchen and you frying something up, or you just put a little oil on the pan, that's what Crisco is. It's oil. So you said it was cooking with fire before. Cooking with fire. We got the whole animal on the stick with the fire rotating it. We still cooking like that, Kadeem?
Listen, sometimes when I go to Jamaica and they're cooking, they've killed the goat and they're cooking the curry goat. It's literally over a fire. Listen, you give me to all you vegetarians and vegans out there, I'm sorry. You give me curry goat and I'm perfect. Absolutely perfect.
Not gonna lie, I don't eat pork no more. But when I did, we used to go to CB Smith Park down in South Florida, and we used to have like baseball teams and football. The teams that will win those championships I was telling you about, we'll have barbecues for them. So and we'll have these ceremonies with trophies and all this other good stuff and awards and stuff. And we'll cook a whole pig, Craig, and it'll be in half, it just over the fire and on the grill and all the good stuff. And we'll have the head and we'll throw it in the lake and then we'll watch the gators eat it. Gotta love that. Nat Geo, gators eating pigs, right? Like it's not fenced off. It's 20 feet away from us. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, so I've never done anything like that. So just have to live through your experiences.
Hey, y'all come on over to Bonus Time with us. Check your emails, man. Like, we appreciate everyone who rocked with us, everybody who participated in the giveaway. Yeah, man. Y'all know what time it is. Stay positive. Test negative for Kadeem Simmons. I'm Charlie Touche. Thank you for tuning in this time. Make sure you catch us next time on Go Time. Already.
Make them lose their mind when it's your time. And it's show time. Going all out when it's go time. I ain't wasting no time. Gotta make them lose their mind when it's show time. Cause it's your time. Lay it on the line when it's go time. Don't waste no time. Gotta make them lose their mind when it's your time. And it's show time. Going all out when it's go time. I ain't wasting no time.
So I just want to apologize. I got a new Miami Heat jersey. I'm wearing it today. But I got 14. And for those who know about the Kadeem curse, when Tyler Hero leaves, just blame me because I've got his jersey now. I'm hoping that the Kadeem curse doesn't translate to the NBA because I know it's a thing in soccer for me, football, all that kind of stuff, and the NFL. So
hold on. So it's in soccer for you too?
Yep.
And in football.
Yep.
And you just like, yeah, let me go to like one of the most beloved players on the Miami Heat right now to see if this thing works. You couldn't go to like someone else that's on the bench.
But then what am I wearing a bench player for? I don't want to give off the impression that I'm a bench player.
Bro, Kadeem, if Hero gets shipped off this offseason, it's over with for you, bro. It's over with, bro.
Thing is that someone said to me, I should have got Bam, and I was like, I'm not going to put you that much. Like, or like, like Jimmy Buckets. It's like of the three of them, like especially after he got that really bad tattoo on his chest as well. I took my chance. Put it that way.
I'm gonna be real with you. Out of the three, I'm gonna be real with you. With Pat Riley as the Godfather, everyone is expendable, bro. No one's safe on the Miami Heat. If you rocking with Pat Riley, no one's safe. If KD's out there, we're trying to get a trade for KD. Yeah, man, no one's safe. You trade the house for KD. But yeah, man. Shout out to everybody who's rocking with the broken chair analogy, man. Y'all know people on some even when Tua did have a good pocket, look what he did with the good pocket. Like, what are y'all talking about? That's where the terminology seeing ghosts comes from. Like, oh, he's seeing ghosts. Like when everyone said Sam Darnold seeing ghosts. That was not the first time. That's not when the terminology was created. Seeing ghosts is a terminology in football. When you think there's pressure there, that's not really there. And unfortunately, you can damage a young quarterback by not protecting him well enough in his younger years, and then he develops bad habits. And that's just not what we want for our quarterback. So yeah, broken chair analogy, it is what it is. I appreciate it though, but nah, man, we got to get the line right. And I'm not completely sold on the line. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
100% same. Like I know we spoke during the episode about players who need a good camp. That unit as a whole needs to be solid. And needs to be solid, ready for pre-season week 1. Not NFL week 1, not they're going to grow into it as the season progresses. No. Pre-season week 1, that line needs to be completely solid, and the backup guys need to be completely solid. Like, we can't have a situation where if Teron Armstead goes down for a game, the guy that can't, and you start messing it around, it's we're not having a situation where one person folds the entire line. We can't have that. So yeah.
You know what? I changed everything we talked about. Everything previously that we just talked about on this episode about who can have a breakout year. Liam Eichenberg, friend of the podcast, Austin Jackson, this would be the perfect time for one of y'all boys to have a breakout year.